Hey guys, how's it going? It's 2:50 p.m. on April 14th. Nice 8 degrees outside. I just came back from a walk. It was actually shorter than I expected it. I have to head out in probably another hour and a half or so, I guess. So I should have gone for a longer walk. But anyways, one thing that kind of popped up, and I was seeing earlier on the server, basically with new users, um, is perhaps trying to give a tip as far as identifying a train and knowing what you're dealing with. As far as like, I can't go. There's so many learning curves and so much tutorials and stuff. We generally we seem to go. The point is, we seem to go through a whole training regimen with a lot of new people. Sometimes they stick around. We have a lot. We have admins who've gone through this whole process with us. We've been the only servers, so we certainly want to make sure that we get all the information out there and that people are welcome, because they certainly are. The user membership thing that started going into place was because we were getting a lot of people that were just coming on and doing what they wanted and didn't bother doing the reading or research or whatever. I don't suspect that with any members that are currently on. We're being very particular. Um, so I know that there's some. First of all, there's some particular instructions. I'm going to go through that real quick here. There is something I'll show you right here. Let's see here. What do we got? Wiki activity. Let me go over to the home page. That's wiki activity. Always will show you the last 7 days. You have to change it up here. But when you go into the procedures, you will see this section here. Most of it's pretty much the same as it always has been, but you should go through this anyways. And whatever changes in a procedure will generally be shown in a post which you can link to that will show you what has been changed. We don't change procedures often. This took us over a year before we just recently made the most recent change. So if you haven't been here in the last little bit, you need to find out what that post is about. Read the post. It will tell you what the changes are on April 4th, 2016. And then what has changed, I can show you really what it really goes down to, is the new members section. So you go into the new members section, and you got the fact that you got this far tells us you're serious. So I don't know how many people are going to get to this part. I'm putting it on YouTube as to say, here, this is where you're at. Maybe I shouldn't put it on YouTube and let people actually follow the procedures and get here. But I will show you this much. What we're getting on, what was it here? So the fact that you got this far is serious. Follow instructions, are likely to be willing to learn. Of course, just being around 8, you already have faced the learning curve, blah, blah, blah. What is it? You will be required to post a message. Here's the one that's not happening with everybody. You will be required to post a message in the new members section of the form after you have registered. I'm seeing people registering and I'm not seeing messages. I don't care if you're a new member, old member, whatever. If I don't see a message, it doesn't necessarily have to be in the new user section, but if I don't see a message, I don't care if it's in the registry or not. I'm not going to send you an email. I want you to be able to let us know who you are, how long you've been a member in the past. Doesn't matter if you're a former member or whatever. Doesn't matter anymore, because we basically want to vet what people are capable of. It may sound harsh. It may sound closed. This is the way it's going to be. And I mean, we're getting to the point right now where we're actually considering going as far as having tests and all that other stuff. I don't want to go there. I really don't. Because I just want to make sure. Basically, I want to make sure that people can access the information they need. There's a lot of information. A lot of it's all over the place. I understand that. So if you have any questions, just ask. But this part here, I'm not going to worry about this anymore. I'm going to go in and I will show you as far as the server goes. So when you go in, just a few tips here. You go in. Don't mind me, I'm having a snack. So I don't know if you saw that or not. Hang on a second. Let me try that again. So when you go in, you want to go into Yermo if you're in California, or you want to go someplace that has a Barstow Yermo. It doesn't matter where you go. You can go to Barstow, you can get east, whatever, but you should be going into the Barstow. And the reason why is it basically, I guess it loads up everything, I guess. I don't know if that's true or not anymore, but somebody can tell me. I always go here anyways. I always go to the Barstow section because it's part of all of the California. And then you want to go into the client. Make sure you're on the right server, which is us. And enter the password that's provided to you via email by myself or another admin. Okay. So that gets you onto the server. It starts loading up all the various routes that connect to it. In the past, you had to be in Barstow in order to get all the routes that connect. And then you can use F3 to see all the various trains that are. See, you keep hitting F3 and you go through the various routes, which I'll show you what they are. You got this one, which is the Barstow Yermo section. Takes you all the way up to Yermo, up to towards Hodge and parts of that, and then the Barstow Yard. Hit F3 again, you get the Cone sub all the way up to West Colton, and the UP Mojave sub, which comes in, which really doesn't connect there, but it's there. And then you got the Mojave sub up to Bakersfield, all the way up to Hinckley, which is just outside. Here's Barstow here, and then you've got the Needle sub, which again comes out of the Barstow connection, so it's east of Barstow. Okay, so I'll escape out of that for a second. I'm going to take you over to what's going on. Yeah, I'll go with the registry here. Let me just go. I always forget where it is on here. That's pretty bad. There we go, registry. It's pretty bad where I don't know where the registry is, but I have a bookmark. I did this the other day. I was like, where the heck's the registry on here? So California registry. And we'll click onto this. So that'll get you to the tabs. Sorted at any of the changes that have taken place. And did have one, but it didn't take it, apparently. So yeah, here's a good example. What was that train? Barstow, Maine. Here's one train that was inadvertently moved. And it's a perfect example. So it says Barva is at crew change cable. Now I was already speaking with the person on the server, as well as I don't know if I sent him a private message, but him and I were the only ones on, so I won't go into who it was or whatever, but if you see this, you know this is you. But and this is kind of why I'm doing the video. So there was Barstow. No, there was something else, but it says crew change cable. Now, if you have the external database, or the external dispatcher, I should say, not database, you'll see Barvaz all the way up to Marcel. That requires a crew change, but as you can see, there's nothing at cable. These will show you the IDs. You can click on them. But the other way to find out what a train is, let's say you go to Marcel, and I have to do it through here, else my server actually controls it. So I have to go through the regular dispatch pattern here. So assuming this train just got here, don't always go by what the registry tells you. It doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% accurate. There should have been a, there was a train that came up on the main line here. Here it is, right here. Okay. So if you're looking at this and you're going by the registry, you're saying, okay, this must be that train. You don't have any information supporting what that train is other than what is in, oops, I clicked on that, what is in the external dispatcher, which you went to Marcel, and then sure enough there's the ID. So you know that's Barva by looking at that. The other way of finding out, if you don't use external dispatcher, you can do a few things. Control F8 once and it'll show you the car numbers. Okay, so you see BNSF, NS, the various numbers of the cars, which we really don't use because they change all the time and we can't keep track of them. So RTS doesn't use them. We hit Control F8 again, and now you've got the tags. And there's your train. So that's H bar vol 1. But there's even other ways to find out. Obviously, you can see these are all going to Vancouver, Washington, because the tags are that way. Just because they're going out of our system. They don't all go to Vancouver. They go to various places, either within Vancouver or maybe even set-offs on its way there. The other way, if you don't go with the tags, you can go even further. You can't do this with the SD40s, but with the ES44s you can do this. And as you can see, there's a screen here that will show you the symbol. So you got H bar vol 1. Now, oops. I'm using the X, and I can't even know what keys I'm using. I'm just used to using them. But that cycles through the various screens, and you want to get to that screen there. X, Z changes the screen over to the other side. Yeah. I can't remember. I know how to type. I just can't remember what key that is. I think it's C. Is it C? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, C and thing. Yeah, 60, 70, 80 words per minute. I couldn't remember what this key was because I can't read the keys on my keyboard anymore. I just know how to type, if that makes sense. So yeah, eventually I would have gone through the alphabet and I was like, oh yeah, C. C's there. So yeah, that's the train there. So you can click on this. Always when you're ending a train, don't just log off the server either. It could potentially take this train with you. You want to click on the train wherever you're doing a crew change and you want to relinquish. Okay? That gives control back to the system. Otherwise, you're just logging off while you're still acquired. You need to relinquish this. I'll get out of this here for a minute. As I said, that there was an issue with the this train should have it was accidentally moved. So when you want to update something, first of all, if it's your error, if it's somebody else's error, don't worry about it. But go to the live forum here, and if you're changing anything or moving anything, you need to put a crew change in. So H bar va 1, he's a crew change. It is in the Mojave section. Mojave route, next. And it's all goes into order, right? So there's cable, Marcel's right above it. And he's on the main track right now. Okay, and once again, as I showed you yesterday, it's gonna think for a second. There, it's loading. There, it just went to crew change. It's still loading. Or no, it was already a crew change. It's still thinking. Come on, hurry up. Wow. A little slow today. Of course, I'm going to run out of time in the video before it changes. There it goes. Just changed to Marcel. So, that's it. Anyways, hope that helps. Talk to you later.